I think there's a no. I think there's a question we're all asking ourselves, and that is, where is the WWE? Where's the info on WWE 2K? Now, I want to use a quick example because my mom was in surgery a few days ago, and the one thing that even when my grandpa was in the hospital, no news is good news, at least when it comes to hospital terms. But when it comes to game news, are they hiding something? I've seen some people start to speculate why they haven't shown anything. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. The buzz around them not showing anything is getting a lot more people to tweet about it than maybe if they release something. That may sound crazy. I don't think they're necessarily hiding anything. I think WWE 2K has got a big rollout plan. They've been, spreading it apart from Bleacher Report, ESPN, CBS, IGN. I think this is the one thing that we have to take in mind, that they're evolving. The way that they transmit, whether it be through creators or through traditional media outlets, it's evolved. And as much as I want the information, I want a roster review, really there's only a couple things that are going to make me buy this game. Well, I'm going to get the game regardless. You guys know that. But there's only one or two things that I think really need to be announced, because we already know the game is going to be a simulation game. That's not changing. They've put too much time and effort since 2K15 to make it a simulation-based game. Now, going back to the WWE 2K15 playtest, when I looked at Tony and Paulson, I said these simple words. I was like, I love this simulation. It's going to be great for one-on-ones and triple threats, but the longevity may not be there. Now, you guys don't see me posting WWE 2K very often. I'm working on bigger projects. If you guys saw, I did a video for Grimm and working on some other big stuff that's not necessarily for my channel. WWE 2K as a simulation game is fantastic. If you are looking for an older game like I am, like I was stuck in the past for 2K14, the WWE 2K series will never be that. And I think if you're expecting that, that's partly the problem. Until we get another competitor or somebody to step up against WWE 2K, they need to keep improving on the simulation stuff. Now, I threw out an idea on Twitter a couple days ago, and it was something I had last year and I've been pitching a little bit at playtests, was the Money in the Bank briefcase should be carryable, or you should be able to carry the Money in the Bank briefcase out to the ring at any time if you're a manager, and it should be a breakout moment. That's something that should be a thing, and it's something I want added. Likewise, I don't know why it got put in and then taken out, and then it's in as a showcase part of the mode, but it's not in. Special guest referee match. We've had special guest referee matches in the WWE in the past couple years, so that should definitely get added. On top of that, it's more so just the roster. Whether the roster gets bigger or smaller, the inclusion of NXT. There's some news that WWE at the UK taping, they're going to be dropping WWE 2K news. So, the inclusion of the guys from the NXT over in the UK. So besides the roster reveal, I don't necessarily expect us to get big game modes. I think they're going to improve on what they've already done. Now, things that you'll hear me call out and go, really? Hide panel. If we don't have hide panel in replay editor this year, I'll be a little bummed. Likewise, when the first couple weeks come out and that first patch is there, I make the mistake every year of really ramping up the recording. And if you guys remember my universe mode last year, which by the way, I did predict the Shield reuniting and taking down their enemies, I'm just saying, you need to have a lot more of those simulation elements. I want more cutscenes. I want a cutscene editor. I want story creator, but if we don't get that, we need more variety within universe mode. So what is the best way for WWE 2K to get out this news? Is it bringing out influencers? Is it, giving those stories to IGN, Bleacher Report, ESPN? I don't have those answers. And I know it's very frustrating not having the information for WWE 2K, but if you are a fan of simulation games, they've gotten better every year. Maybe not necessarily the replayability, but if you buy the game to play or recreate what you see on TV, WWE 2K is nailing it every single year. And I'll be the first one to tell you, because I play matches all the time. I've literally, I don't know how many tournaments that I've recorded, 205 Live tournament, NXT tournament, a WWE Championship tournament, 3 universe modes that never got posted. There's a lot of stuff that I've done because the game itself can be fantastic. There's a lot of little things I want. If you're going to have a simulation game, I want. You got to give me special guest referee. You got to give me a better replay editor. You have NBA 2K and Rockstar with fantastic ones. But again, I've said before in a video with WWE 2K, that's not necessarily a priority for WWE 2K if people aren't necessarily using those functions. If you're not a creator, you just go in and play games. So the tower mode may help with replayability with AJ Styles, or it could be, and I'm being truthful here because I go back to, MLB 2K series. I love the MLB 2K series over MLB The Show, mainly because I kind of sucked at MLB The Show and always liked the 2K version better. But once they started doing the $1 Million Challenge, it kind of went downhill. So that's my only worry. But other than that, as a simulation game, it's not WWE All-Stars 2. It's not No Mercy. It's not any of these arcade games that we've known and loved in the past. It is a simulation game, and there's nothing we're going to do to change it up. I remember at 2K15 saying this at the playtest, saying it would be really cool if, you do have a simulation game, but if you could give us like a game mode, like you put in retro mode so you can get the old 8-bit arenas and everything, if you could give us something where the animations are sped up quite a bit, where it would feel more arcadey. Like, I already personally play without reversal limits. I play without stamina. I try to be able to make, those matches in New Japan where they fire back and forth. So turning that kind of stuff off helps, but then the actual speed of the moves. But the problem is, I think that could cause a lot of glitches. It could cause a lot of issues with animation, so there'd be more testing and testing. So I think they have to do it separately. But as far as what news we could be getting and what news we're missing, I don't foresee any big game modes that haven't been announced. I don't foresee things that, we've been holding our breath for, like a GM mode. I expect them to come out and showcase the breakout moments. I expect them to come out and showcase, the epic spots that you can do in match, whether it's a Braun Strowman, maybe we get a flip trucking, whatever it is that WWE is creating on TV. I know Pulse jokes all the time that it's a Raw simulator. If you can't get a one-on-one match, that's what the focus is. But at the same time, there's still a lot they could do to keep me playing. There's a lot they could do, especially with my career. If I have to talk to that parking lot attendant one more time, I hope that gets worked out. I absolutely want that to get fixed, because you literally took menus and now you just walk and do the same exact thing. So there's a lot of room for improvement. Whether we get my career news or, universe mode news, it will come. But as far as the way they're doing it, it seems like, because they didn't have a SummerSlam event this year, at least, no creators went out. They had the event before to showcase the Daniel Bryan Showcase mode. I think for a lot of people, truthfully, the Daniel Bryan Showcase mode will sell copies of the game. I think that is, from a marketing standpoint, that's huge. Daniel Bryan finally returning to the ring after 3 years, and now he's, the featured person in the Showcase mode. That's a lot to lay on. You can milk that for quite a bit, because Daniel Bryan is always going to be in the hearts and minds of fans after everything that he's done within WWE. So, yes, we don't have very much news right now. No, I'm not being a shill for this. It's just truthful. In a simulation game, until they can start showing the spots, the new OMG moments, any new cutscenes that are in universe mode, or anything with the towers and how it actually works, or commentators or anything like that, because NBA 2K announced that Bill Simmons, they're only 2 weeks out. NBA 2K is 2 weeks out, and they have not announced anything. So it is not just WWE. A lot of games do this nowadays because they kind of know you're going to buy, so they're limiting the amount of information. And I get that it sucks. I'm not sticking up for anybody. I wish we had a roster reveal. I wish we knew more info. But I think they know a lot of people are going to buy. The Daniel Bryan was a big seller for them. And personally, if I just want special guest draw for rematch. I want more OMG moments. I want to be able to flip a truck with Braun. If I can't, like Pulse would say, drag a guy behind a motorcycle with a chain through Times Square, what's even the point? But I mean, you can still have Braun flipping over some stuff, because one of my favorite things to do in 2K18, when you're in a replay editor backstage, you can tour all the stuff. You can see the guard tower. You can see the ramp where you drive in and out. There's been a lot of stuff with Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens this year. Probably wouldn't be until next year's game, where maybe we get some porta potties down the line. Maybe we get some outside stuff, some outside mini games where we're flipping cars. The Braun Strowman challenge. I don't know. But I think a lot of the news we're waiting for will come in due time. We still have time. NBA 2K is playing it slow this year, and a lot of games do. I know it sucks. You got to be patient. But when the news drops, like if we don't get like, you know, special guest referee match, if we don't get, you know, some inclusions in, it's just pretty much the same thing with the new roster. I'm not going to say I'm going to complain because I know the animations, the move sets will be varied, and there will be a lot of little improvements I know the 2K team is working on. I know Jinx and the team, you know, puts in a lot of effort to the finer details. But those finer details, unless you're playing constantly or recording those epic matches, it just might not resonate with some people because they just want a fun damn game that you can come in and get lost. And when you're caught in a simulation bubble, you may get caught up in that. So I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions. What do you think about a lack of news from WWE 2K19? Personally, I'm not against it just yet. Once the news starts to be released, I mean, I hope, please let anybody but IGN get the roster reveal. It's nothing personal. I'd like them to spread it out. That'd be cool. I think, you know, you give as much promotion as possible. So personally, I'm fine with the limited amount of news so far. It sucks, but at the same time, I see why. There's a lot of people tweeting constantly, when's the news coming? When's the news coming? The showcase dropped and people reacted big to it. Even creators like myself who had, you know, kind of gotten burned out by showcase mode or whatever. It's like, God, we're glad to have it back just to give us something else to do versus just matches in universe mode in WWE 2K because my career didn't withstand this year. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. But until next time, my name is Eric. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Until next time, we will see you all later. Huh.